Alright guys, we've arrived. GMD Compute Track of Atlanta down here in Fairmount,
Yep.
Georgia.
Fairmount.
Look them up.
Fairmount Auto Parts.
Yeah, Fairmount Auto Parts. There's an old Napa right beside it. Me and Ron's gonna go in here and get her done.
That's right. GoPro failed us.
Yeah, can't get the GoPro to show the stuff like I need it to, so this is the guy's shop. He's got tires in stock, all kind of oil that you may need. I actually need to buy some of this. He does a lot of race bikes here, a lot. They've done tucked the XR back there, start putting it on the dyno. Look at these tires. Look at that, BMW. It's a nice bike. Good looking shop. This is bone stock, like it comes off the showroom floor.
close. You said 32.
Yeah. What? So what did it make? 33. Yeah. So I was a horsepower off.
Well, actually 34.
So it made 30. What did the torque make?
31, almost 32.
Okay, so this is bone stock 22 like it comes from Honda. Okay, no baffle with the air fuel ratio in. We're gonna see how lean this thing is. Stock form from Honda. Jetting change. We're going to see how lean it is with just the slip-on and the wideband. And then we're going to pull the car and start tuning. Look how lean it is already. It's mounted in red. It's pretty lean. We're going to check it and then we're going to do some tuning.
important piece. That's where you're going to feel it right through here.
Oh yeah.
You picked
So we
up
picked up
about 2.5 horse.
2.5 horsepower.
Oh, it doesn't
And
even
you
draw.
picked up
Three.
about two, almost 3 foot-pounds of torque.
2-3 foot-pounds of torque. No jetting change.
So, no
This
jetting
is just
change.
putting a slip on in the mid pipe
And if
on.
you can see here, it's still too lean, so probably one jet size up.
Yeah. So
That means no airbox.
Which
yeah, so we ain't even took the lid off the airbox.
That's right.
So yeah, it's gonna pick up some horsepower, fellas.
So which line is it? The blue.
The blue line here, let me
The
highlight it.
thin one or the?
This is with the pipe. That's with the pipe.
Blue's the pipe and red and green's stock, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, this one. The red is the stock without the spark arrestor,
Okay.
which that almost doesn't count because the probe wasn't in
Yeah.
deep enough to get a good reading, so you can almost ignore that. In fact, you probably should ignore that.
So adding the slip on does add horsepower without any jetting change, but you see here it's too lean. So
And which one's the horsepower one? The one on the bottom or that one?
This
Okay.
is the horsepower.
Wow.
yeah, that's pretty good.
A bunch of torque down low.
36.5, torque is 34, the top
You got-
two, green and red is stock.
So you got horsepower at the upper end of it.
And your shift point right there is 6,500. If you look at that, see you're at right there at 6,500. You shift there, you're doing
Doing good.
you're doing good.
Good deal. Good deal.
So this is the report that we get from a session with the CompuTrack measurement system.
Which is this machine here, where the
Yep.
bike's at.
Yep.
All that's level and it's set up to tell all this data.
So then we get this page of information here that shows me the twist between the steering neck of the frame and the back wheel. And it compares the front wheel, the back wheel, the steering axis, everything gets compared to the swing arm pivot. And then we have this represents 3 steering heads. This is what 1/10 of a degree looks like. This one is twisted 3/10 of a degree.
Okay.
And this one's twisted 1 full degree.
Okay.
And we have gotten bikes in here that rode in with a degree of twist in them. You can ride a bike like that, but it's not pleasant. Yeah, the red line represents the center line of the rear wheel, like a sheet of glass projected through the bike. The rod represents the steering neck axis, this axis right here. That what the steering pivot's on.
Okay.
And these represents the steering neck of the frame. So we find that handling problems start at 1/4 of a degree.
1/4 of a degree.
3/10 of a degree is enough to make a fast motorcycle pretty angry. That's any bike that wobbles or wiggles or does head shakes, turns left better than right, wears one side of the front or rear tire compared to the other end,
Yep.
biased wear, all that is based on misalignments.
Gotcha.
We've done tens of thousands of measurements with these machines in the last 30 years. So we have a lot of empirical data.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Didn't even know that was here.
A lot of people don't. Yep. So you can get a picture of this. That shows our frame jig, which is sitting over there, but I don't have a bike in the frame jig right now. See, we position the bike on the swing arm pivots, and then we put a pointer through the neck. You can see this inset photo, this pointer through the steering neck. There's a scribe line on this plate and one on this plate that are square to the swing arm pivot bars that come through the holder. So everything gets trued to the swing arm pivot.
That is awesome.
And when we put a bike in, we'll have a crash repair where we get an insurance claim and we file it and we get the check and we put the bike in here and straighten it. When the customer rides the bike afterwards, they call back and say, this thing's better than it ever was. It's better than it was before I crashed it.
Oh, I believe that after seeing that.
Because we measure a lot of brand new bikes that haven't been crashed and they have handling problems because they're not quite straight. 3/10, 4/10, 5/10 of a degree is very common for brand new motorcycles. And when we fix them, those problems go away.
Yeah, that's sweet. That is some good info.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yep. Well, and it's taught us things that you can't find with plumb bobs and lasers and levels and digital angle finders and all the ways people try to get that information. We put the bike here and put some targets on. Come around the other side and you can see we put these fluorescent targets on here with very finely drawn crosshairs. And then we sit down with this and use this to scan those targets and take the coordinates to each targets. And then it condenses all that information, crunches the numbers in the laptop, 30,000 lines of binary code in the software to develop that information. So, that's
And that's one of the things he offers here.
yep. That is the heart of our business.
You want to give a phone number for the,
Yeah.
what's y'all's phone number?
Our shop number is 706-337-4114.
There you go.
And yeah, with this bike, we've measured motorcycles from all 50 states in the union, including Hawaii and Alaska.
Man,
And so from most of the provinces of Canada and from countries in Central America, people send bikes from all over.
that's wild.
Yeah.
That is good. Good info. All right, 55 Pilot, 165 main. The snorkel is still on the Airbox. We're going to take a reading just like it is, and then take a reading with the snorkel off the Airbox. Right now, it's already doing better when it comes to ribbon because of the bigger Pilot. Drilling the rivets out, and we'll make another pull. There's the factory snorkel. There's what it looks like with it removed. Big difference.
the numbers there aren't the true representation of what's going on. What is the curve. You see how the red curve there, yeah, I got 34 horsepower, but look at my curve. I'm way down on horsepower and torque all the way through here, all the way through the RPM range.
Yep.
And if you look, when we put the dyno jet kit in there, and the exhaust on there, before the final tune that we just did, you can see the improvement all throughout the curve. So if you look here, the peak numbers are relatively the same, you know, within a couple horsepower each other, but that's not where you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it right here.
Yep.
That's all your drivability right there. And that's where those differences are. See, here we are. We got a little bit more horsepower here, a little bit more torque here, and that's cool. But look at this. Look how much more we've gained all through this range here. And if you look at this here, this little spot right there, that's right at 5,000 RPM, which is your cruising speed. So you're at a killer place to be able to just hit the throttle and you'll feel it.
And this is the current air fuel line right
That's
here?
the current air fuel line, correct.
And
Which
the
is the
brown line
brown
goes up quicker from the very beginning of the curve, right?
Well, this
Is
is,
that right?
what this is when I'm rolling on the throttle hard.
Right.
That's what that is. That's that initial bump.
On the top brown one?
So that's air fuel, and this corresponds to this
Horsepower,
curve.
right?
Yep, brown to brown.
Brown to brown,
But
right.
you're jumping on it a little earlier on horsepower on top, right?
It's coming on faster.
Yeah,
That's what I
it's-
meant.
yeah,
That's what I meant. Coming
yeah.
on faster.
So
Which
both
would be that
horsepower
brown
and
line.
torque.
That's what I was trying to say, yeah.
Because the red line's stock.
Okay,
The
so
red line's
so you're
100% stock.
I think that's pretty good right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to see what the full changes are without the middle here, we'll take out this. Let's take the blue one out. Now we'll see a good before and after. Now you've only got one air fuel because the stock pipe we couldn't get the snorkel in, right? But look at your gains here. And that's right, drivability right there. Those are your gains. Horsepower and torque.
So this is just showing peak right here, ain't it?
That's just showing peak.
It's not showing under the curve.
Exactly.
So
It's
how
not
much
showing-
horsepower difference is red versus where we are now in these RPM ranges?
So, 29 versus 31.
Holy smokes! So it had pretty much 19 at that point.
Yeah,
and
now-
at that point there where the line is, it's got 31.69.
Right, now check this out. If we go here, there's an even bigger difference.
28 to 31.
Yep,
Look at that.
yep. So this is 28 to 32 actually. And that's right here, that's right where you're going to be running most of it. You're not going to be running down here very often.
Yeah.
You're going to be sitting up here, right? The 5,000, 6,000 range, something like that. That's where all your drivability is right there.
Bumps up right there.
Yeah, and here's another big gap. Here.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Where is it at? 30 to 33. Yeah, it's like 3 to 4 horsepower across the board.
That's good. And more down here, whole lot more.
Yep. Whole lot
Under the
more.
curve.
Go to that right there. This is just coming off the line right there. At 27 to 31 on torque. You'll feel that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.